I think Future Northwest has an absolute role here in Northwest Washington, because when you look at the numbers, it kind of blows me away that our students in this area are not going to school. And again, that Washington State has some of the lowest FAFSA completion rates in the country. Northwest Washington has some of the lowest completion rates in the state of Washington. So right there, so while there are other areas of the state who have organizations and support to kind of help students, resources in school, resources out of school to help students go to college, this area kind of largely missed. It's something I've thought about since I was in graduate school. I know I'm stretched at my school, to provide the one-on-one support that I would like to my students, to kind of mentor them and help them and support them in their quest to kind of do something after high school. The schools, while they would really want to, just don't always have the resources to do that. So then who does it? That's where community organizations like us kind of come in and support the students, support the families, support the schools, and helping kind of close that gap.
I think it's important that our work at Futures Northwest continues, because I look around at this community and we're the only community-based organization that does this type of work, that does this high-touch, high-level, individualized support. And if we don't do it, it's reliant on the colleges to do it themselves, and financial aid offices are willing to help us support events and support a lot of our work, but the coordination piece is really important, the relationships we have with high schools, with students, with families, and I always wonder if we don't do it, who's going to do it, and how many of those families are going to be left with questions or have errors on their financial aid application, which is just going to increase the barriers throughout that senior year for the entire time that their students are trying to get to college.
I think for me, what's personal is just being a first-generation student myself, and having to navigate and negotiate all those hoops and all those pathways you got to figure out in order to get to school. And so as a teacher, being able to illuminate some of those opportunities and help provide entry and access points to some opportunities is what motivates me. It's hard to be curious about things you don't know about.
We go out to high schools and do individualized support throughout Whatcom and Skagit County, and get all the students and their parents together, and have financial aid experts come from the universities and the colleges in the region, and then also tax experts and admissions folks from the other colleges. And it's really helpful to be able to sit down with families and just see the support that they're able to receive. The applications themselves might not be difficult, but it's a very, very big barrier for families when they start thinking about that application, and being able to have experts on hand that just raise their hand and we can come over is really helpful, and it's really meaningful, and seeing them leave with a completed financial aid application just is really fulfilling and rewarding.
I think it's just like having someone who will stand beside you, walk with you, and then sometimes just kind of hold your hand through that process. Again, sometimes the biggest barrier is just the unknown and not knowing where to begin, and just having someone who cares about you, that you have a relationship with, and that you can be real, be vulnerable, and ultimately just trust to do what's right for you and what's best for you, and to help you navigate whatever those next steps are. And just having a mentor to just, again, be that support person, and almost like a steward and shepherd at times. So sometimes you need a cheerleader, sometimes you need a coach, and sometimes someone help you kind of nudge and trudge you along to get further along and ahead. I'm really drawn to Whatcom Jobs for Whatcom Students, because so many of our students, either they don't see themselves transitioning right away to technical college, community college, or a university. Many might not even ever enroll. And so then the question is, well, what's here for them? If this is where their roots are, well, what are we doing as a community to provide meaningful opportunities to not only contribute and add value, but to do meaningful work? And so Whatcom Jobs for Whatcom Students is about creating that nexus and that pathway between the schools and then and work, whether that's the industry or service fields or myriad other opportunities. And so how do we make that more concrete, specific?
We also have Quick Start to College that happens in the summer. That's for rising seniors in Whatcom and Skagit counties. And it's a good opportunity for them to come to Western Washington University and experience campus life and also learn about college options in our region. So we have reps come from Whatcom Community College, Bellingham Technical College, Western Washington University, of course, Skagit Valley College, and Northwest Indian College to talk to students and present options. We work on applications for admission, we talk about scholarships, we talk about financial aid and actually start the financial aid application. And it's a really great opportunity for students to start experiencing what college might be like as they're just about to enter their senior year. They also get a chance to connect with current college students as mentors, and those are lasting relationships that they have.